Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive question, one that every single leader using AI really needs to be asking. Is your data governance actually audit-proof? We're going to lay out a plan to build that critical foundation of trust for all your AI projects.
So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll kick things off with the incredible promise and the hidden dangers of AI. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of just how much bad data can cost you and the new rules that are really raising the stakes. And finally, we'll arm you with the framework and tools you need to flip this whole challenge into a huge advantage.
I mean, let's be real. Artificial intelligence is a total game changer. It's automating tasks that used to be incredibly complex and unlocking insights we just never had access to before. We're talking about accelerating complex engineering simulations, optimizing product designs, even drafting entire articles or generating lines of code. The potential is, well, it seems almost endless.
But, and this is the big but, here's the question every leader has to ask. Can you actually trust the output? Because at the end of the day, in AI's intelligence, its reliability, it's only as good as the data it was trained on. If that foundation is wobbly, everything you build on it is going to be wobbly too.
And this is where that peril comes in. Large language models can, well, they can hallucinate. They'll generate statements that sound totally plausible, but are just flat out wrong. You know, something like, 1 pound of air weighs more than 1 pound of water. It happens because of gaps in the training data, and it really shines a light on the hidden risks inside these amazing systems.
And look, this problem goes way beyond a few quirky errors. Core data quality creates real, tangible business risks that can seriously undermine your whole operation. For AI to really deliver, your data has to check 4 key boxes. First, it has to be accurate. Pretty obvious, right? Second, it needs to be complete, no huge gaps. Third, it's got to be timely and relevant. And fourth, it needs to be securely accessible to the right systems when they need it.
And the difference is honestly, it's night and day. High-quality data, that builds trust and gives you a real return on your investment. Poor quality data does the exact opposite. It just erodes confidence, slows things down, and completely tanks your ROI.
You know, over time, all those little data issues and undocumented workarounds start to pile up. They create what you can think of as a hidden compliance debt. It's this invisible risk that just grows and grows silently in the background, just waiting for an audit to pop up and cause a massive headache.
And here's the thing. What used to be just an internal best practice has now become an urgent external legal mandate. We're talking about new, powerful regulations that have some serious teeth. Just look at Article 10 of the EU AI Act. It completely redefines the rules for high-risk AI. It's not enough anymore to just have some policies written down somewhere. Now you have to be able to prove on demand that your data controls are working all the time.
So this shifts the entire goal from what some people call compliance theater, having static policies sitting in a binder, to living governance. This is a world where evidence is collected automatically, dashboards are live, and being audit-ready is just your normal everyday state, not some frantic fire drill.
Okay, that might sound like a lot, but the good news is you don't have to invent all of this from scratch. There's a clear, internationally recognized blueprint for setting up exactly this kind of living governance. That blueprint is the international standard ISO/IEC 5259-5. It gives you a structured, formal framework designed specifically for governing data quality in AI systems. It's basically the roadmap for doing this right. And the framework breaks it all down into 5 pretty manageable chunks. You start by setting your core principles and defining your strategy. Then, you establish who is accountable for what. That's a big one. And finally, you manage your risks and implement the day-to-day processes that make it all tick.
Now, a framework is great, but it's not just theory. It becomes incredibly practical and totally achievable when you use the right kinds of modern data tools to actually bring it to life.
First up, you have data observability platforms. The easiest way to think about these is like a real-time health monitor for your data pipelines. They catch all those data quality issues, inaccuracies, missing fields, as they're happening, so you get an alert before bad data can mess up your AI's decisions.
Next up are data transformation tools. This is where you get proactive and enforce quality. You're building automated tests and validation checks right into your data workflows, so you're not just finding errors anymore, you're preventing them from ever reaching your AI models to begin with. And finally, we've got data catalogs and master data management, or MDM tools. These are all about building trust across your entire organization. Catalogs let everyone find and understand the data, and MDM creates that one single reliable source of truth for your most critical information. So your AI isn't just getting data, it's getting the right data every single time.
So when you combine that powerful framework with the right toolkit, something really incredible starts to happen. Data governance stops being this defensive cost center and transforms into a powerful strategic advantage.
And this is the payoff, right here. You can now draw a direct, provable line from every single regulatory requirement to a specific internal control you have in place and to the exact audit-ready proof you need. You're not just hoping you're compliant anymore. You know you're audit-proof.
So, we'll leave you with this one last thought to chew on. As AI becomes more and more woven into the fabric of your business, proving the integrity of its decisions, well, it's not just about passing an audit or avoiding a fine. It's about earning and protecting the credibility your entire business is built on.